Spotify, the game business podcast. I am Yuichi Ochi, also known as Ochify. I'm a veteran guy with about 20 years of experience in the gaming industry, primarily on the business side. In this show, I share my thoughts and insights based on industry news and things I've seen and heard. In this day and age, rather than just knowing the information, it's crucial to look at the world through your own unique perspective. This program aims to provide better insights for everyone involved in business. But talking only about stiff topics can get tiring. Since my friends call me the king of East Asian B-Grade Gourmet, which basically just means I'm a massive foodie, I'll be chatting about gourmet information as well. So, continuing from last time, I've been listening to Terry-san, the representative of Terry-do LLC, talk about solo game development. There were some really fresh ideas and sharp observations regarding game development, which was a huge learning experience for me as well. As for the gourmet corner, well, this is going to be a reintroduction, but the tonkatsu pork cutlet restaurant I mentioned before has moved to a new location and finally had its grand opening. I visited this Shibuya tonkatsu place recently, so I'll be introducing that later. But first, let's dive right in and listen to the interview with Terry-san.
No, just to protect the reputation of the development partner, I should say this. Of course, there was the issue on their end of not delivering the product or contract issues, but the difficulty of team development, even in small scale projects, miscommunications inevitably happen.
About how many people were on that development team?
It was about 5 people.
5 people, huh? So it happens even with 5 people.
It happens. Yeah, naturally, what we say we want to do and what they want to make can diverge a bit. And of course, there are misunderstandings. Yeah, exactly. And, if this were a corporate organization, there would be a certain level of coercive power or a hierarchical relationship. But it's quite difficult with indie team development. Like, who takes the lead?
I see. And so aligning things just gets complicated.
Exactly. Yes.
I see. And well, in short, it ends up not getting made.
Ends up not getting made. Right.
Idle talk aside. So a new project is starting up.
A new one. That's right. So at that point of what now, when I thought about what I could definitely finish making all by myself.
I see. Since teams are difficult, you decided to do it alone. Yeah, that definitely makes sense. I see. Go on. Yes, go ahead.
Right. And there's naturally the funding issue too. When that happened, I wanted a project of a scale I could make by myself, where I had some know how, and this is the important part, a project where the fact that I made it alone could become a brand.
Makes sense.
Therefore, since I debuted with a karate work called Karate Baka Isekai and became somewhat known for it, I wanted to establish this brand of the author made a karate game. That's one thing. The other thing is, right around the same time, the comic version, the manga adaptation of Karate Baka Isekai, actually reached its final chapter.
Was it supposed to continue longer, but got wrapped up?
Well, it was simply for sales reasons. They were like, let's wrap it up here. Yeah.
So basically, it got axed.
Yeah. And when that happens, my title as a karate author kind of fades away, so I needed a new flagship. So the project I planned as the flagship for that brand is this new one, Karate Rogue, a roguelike karate dungeon RPG.
So how much of it have you made, and what stage is it at right now?
The core system is almost completely done. We've released a demo and we exhibited at Bit Summit recently. All that's left is mass producing the data, building all the stages to the end, and finishing all the characters and skills. Then, testing, balancing, and debugging.
How's the audience reaction to the demo?
Oh, yes. The reaction to the demo has been really good. Yeah. Right now, there are about 22 reviews, but it's sitting at 100% positive. We submitted it to the Steam Next Fest, I think, back in February or March.
Oh, you put it out there. Wow.
I did, and it was very well received there.
That's the one where they said 4,000 titles were submitted.
That's the one. Yes.
The number has really grown. It really has, hasn't it? Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So you released the demo and got feedback. What are you doing now with that?
So right now I'm mass producing the data. Yes. The final stage.
What's the next milestone?
Well, the next one is just finishing it and announcing the release date.
Oh, I see. When it's done, is the release date kind of thing.
Well, yeah.
Like what that company, Grand Theft Auto's company, whatever, like what they said. So it's that kind of vibe.
Well, it's partly because my other contract work got a bit busy.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So I actually wanted to release it in the first half of this year, but it got delayed a bit. Still, hopefully sometime this year.
Are you going to release it in various languages, as expected?
Right? Currently, it's just Japanese and English.
Is there a lot of text?
Yeah. Since I am a writer, I thought I should probably put some effort into the text.
So the word count is quite...
decent. It's not a game that forces you to read a massive amount of text, though.
Yeah, that's true. It's a karate roguelike RPG, after all. You basically just keep moving forward.
Right. But I did prepare a fairly rich amount of in-game scenarios, flavor text, and reading materials.
So there's solid reading material too. I see. That makes me think you should definitely localize it more.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll somehow manage to get the English out on my own. As for other localizations, I think I'll handle them gradually over time.
You could use something like DL sites translate together for that, right?
I am actually considering that. Yes.
Right? Yeah. Also, what about Karate Baka Isekai? Can't you localize the novel itself?
Oh, actually, the English version is already out. It's out. Yes.
Oh, it's out. Wow. Then you should totally go to Comic-Con with your manga too.
Right? Can I just go on my own? I guess I can.
I don't know, I'm just saying irresponsible things. If this is actually a bad idea, I apologize. But, doing something like that, yeah, because what you were saying earlier, basically using the fact that I'm a karate writer who made a game, makes it easier to sell yourself. So selling yourself, doing it online is important, but actually going there in person is important too, I think.
No, it's totally true. I exhibited at Bit Summit this time, and going there really helps my face get known. People actually remember me and talk to me properly, so it really expands my reach.
It expands it, yeah.
When you go to events.
I see. Well, there are still some unknowns about how things will turn out, but your solo development is steadily progressing. Wow, it really is like climbing a mountain, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is, truly.
And once you climb it, you probably see a whole new view, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
You won't know unless you do it.
You won't know. So don't just think it's not going to sell anyway.
But ultimately, say Karate Rogue comes out, and there will be various things after that, but where are you ultimately aiming for, Terry-san? As a game creator or whatever. And honestly, nowadays, you mentioned earlier that team development is hard, but I think it's difficult for a corporate organization itself to do business with games as a content medium.
Right, I think so too.
Because people who are almost like solo devs, like Mesha Chameleon, are starting to get results. So basically, it's not about companies being good or bad. We're in an era where you can make a game that sells even without an organization, huge money or facilities. I really wanted to hear how you want to live your life in this environment and why you're doing this now.
I see. Well, I simply have a lot of things I want to make. I already have ideas for my next game and the next and the next. And
I see. Not just sequels, but one after another.
right, as Terry Studio, I plan to put out a lot of things. Yes, I do. And of course, there are plenty of other novels I want to write. Also, to go further, since I am a scenario writer in the Japanese game industry, I naturally feel like I can provide even better scenarios.
Ah, I see. Yes.
So I simply want to keep creating and keep broadcasting. And to do that, I have to earn the money to sustain it, and I have to make an effort to deliver what I make. I want a lot of people to play them after all. So I guess if I keep creating, my content will accumulate, and the view from there will probably be different.
By the way, regarding I can provide even better scenarios, it might be hard to put into words, but from what perspective? Like looking at what's out there in the world right now, where do you think, if it were me, I'd do this?
Let's see. A common example is cases where you think, does this scenario really need to be a game? It's basically like a movie or anime story just playing out, and then suddenly the player is handed the battle or exploration parts. And I think this didn't have to be a game, did it?
Ah, I see.
It'd probably be more fun to watch it as an anime. Yeah. It feels like they're just pushing all the tedious parts onto us.
Yeah, uh-huh.
If it's a game, there are naturally scenarios that are optimal for the game experience. And as someone who understands both the system and the scenario, I want to offer better proposals.
True. If you think about it strictly as a division of labor, it tends to end up like that.
Exactly. The Japanese game industry relies heavily on division of labor. Scenario writers literally just write the scenario and say, here it is. And then the people on the floor end up holding their heads, going, how do we implement this? That happens quite a lot.
Ah, I see.
I think since it's this kind of game, we should write a scenario that hypes up the mood at the exact moment you play the game, the moment the battle starts, or the moment you head out to explore the dungeon.
Uh-huh. Right. Yeah, it feels like you're saying something incredibly obvious, but that implies there are games out there in the world that aren't doing the obvious.
It's a bit hard for me to say that, but various things,
No, you're not naming specific names. It's fine. It just means things are going to get better from here.
right? Yeah. I just think, yeah, we can do a lot more.
But yeah, listening to your story today, it sounds like even those mobile games from earlier could do a lot more. But it's definitely clear that stopping thinking in this current situation is a bad idea.
Oh, yes, I agree.
Yeah. Naturally, times are changing, but it also raises the question, weren't things actually not being done very well even in the previous era?
Ah,
Right. Surprisingly, with things like graphics, the deliverables are very easy to understand, so people worked really hard on them. And you hear stories that about 70% of ballooning game development budgets went to graphics, so they worked hard there, but maybe they weren't working as hard in other areas. I feel like there are people all over the world right now slapping their knees and saying, exactly, that's what I think too.
actually, yeah, we get a lot of stories in Japan about overseas games that went really well. But underneath that, there must definitely be a mountain of corpses, stories of failures. I want to hear those stories from all over the world.
Yeah, for sure. If everyone interacts like that and deepens their understanding, we can make better things. And, well, if it's solo development, you don't need to sell 1 million copies. There's a dream in that.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you sell 10,000 copies as a solo dev, you can make a living off that.
True. Well, depending on the price.
Depending on the price, yes. But regarding 10,000 copies, the comic version of my Karate Baka Isekai, it actually sold about 100,000 copies.
Oh, and the royalties came rolling in.
100,000 copies, yeah. So if even 10% of the people who bought those 100,000 copies buy the game, we hit 10,000 copies.
Ah, I see. Now, whether that 10% holds up as a matter of probability is another thing, but you can definitely spin that logic. The numbers will prove it going forward.
Yes.
And it's great that you're in a position to challenge that. I see. Wow, this is quite interesting. Honestly, I don't know if it'll be out this year or not, but Karate Rogue is coming out in the not too distant future. Yes, and when it does, I'll definitely play it. I'd love to hear about what the next view looked like once you get there.
Thank you very much.
So with that, I think we'll wrap it up for today. Today we had game creator and novelist Terry-8. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Alright, it's time for the Gourmet Corner. There's this fantastic tonkatsu restaurant in Shibuya. I think I might have introduced it once before, but they reopened in May, and I just went there again. The place is called Tonkatsu Nagi. The last time I went, they only served pork fillet, but this time they had a set meal where you can eat it together with pork loin. As for the location, it's near NHK, the Japanese broadcasting station, so it's quite a walk from the station. However, it's a pretty hip, almost geeky area with a lot of great little bars and excellent eateries. It's located on the second floor of a multi-tenant building filled with other food spots. It has an L-shaped counter with about 9 seats, I think. Yeah, I made a reservation before going. This place was started by someone who has been making tonkatsu for a long time. I actually learned this for the first time on this visit, but apparently both the fillet and the loin are aged by the butcher. I had no idea you could age pork. He mentioned they age it for about 2 weeks. Because of this, the brand of the pork they serve changes every single day. I wonder if I'll ever be able to tell the difference in taste. With pork, as long as the internal temperature reaches over 67 degrees Celsius, it's safe to eat, so the cross-section is still pink. It's not the type of place that aggressively deep fries the meat at a super high temperature. They take their time. I had the loin this time. I already knew the fillet was delicious, but wow, the fat on this loin was so sweet and tasty. Some people tend to avoid the fat on pork just because it's fat, but it's actually packed with vitamin B and is good for your body. And I don't think this was a coincidence, but every single customer in there besides us was Korean. They were saying things like they saw it on YouTube or their son came before and loved it. I already knew that Korean people love tonkatsu, but they were absolutely thrilled. Yes, I even mingled a bit with the other customers there, and everyone was incredibly happy with the food. So I highly recommend making a reservation before you go. Please do check out Tonkatsu Nagi in Shibuya. All right, that brings us to the ending. I'd really love to hear your thoughts and feedback. Please reach out to me on X, formerly Twitter, at @ochiyuichi. If you ever think, hey, that's not right, please point it out and definitely send in your requests if there's a specific topic you want me to cover. Recently, podcast statistics have started showing numbers for things like whether an episode's performance is above or below average. Well, It seems that whenever I talk about the Japanese gaming industry, the numbers tend to go up. So, for the next episode, I'm planning to pick up a few news stories from the Japanese game industry to discuss. Until next time, thanks for tuning in. Stay insightful. Stay insightful.